Hi guys, Aaron Dorr here, policy advisor for the Missouri Firearms Coalition, giving you guys kind of your weekend wrap up of what happened in the first couple of days of this 2019 session. As you guys know, if you're watching our Facebook page, session kicked off at noon on Wednesday, and in the first couple of moments, over a dozen gun control bills went live. These were bills that have been pre-filed in the last couple of weeks leading up to the start of session. And so we now have officially operational in Jeff City 3 separate red flag gun seizure bills. These are the bills that allow somebody to make a claim that you might be a threat based on no evidence and have your firearms confiscated by the court system before you've ever been arrested or convicted of anything. It literally takes the idea of innocence until proven guilty and it totally inverts it and says you are guilty, and then later, 6 months later, a year later, then you come back and prove that you're innocent. This bill is a huge fight for us in 2019 here in the Capitol where I'm standing right now, because we know for a fact that Republican lawmakers in this building, as they are around the country, are trying to support this bill, being told to do so by the NRA and by the liberal media who is trying to drive this agenda that we have to take people's freedoms and property away first before they've ever set foot in a court of law. Make no mistake, again, just to be totally clear, these firearms would be seized from you before you've ever been arrested or convicted of anything. Later, you have the responsibility to come back in court at your own expense, at your own time, to prove that you did not do anything inappropriate. It destroys your due process rights. So we have, let's see, Senate Bill 42 is live now in the Capitol, House Bill 40 and others. These are all red flag gun seizure bills in the state Capitol. We have House Bill 97 from Representative Green, which is an assault weapons ban for those who are under the age of 21. Now, of course, they say assault weapon. That's ridiculous. It's a semi-automatic, rifle. So they're trying to ban the AR-15 straight up. That's all this is. If this bill were to get to the floor, they would almost certainly do an amendment and raise the age up to everybody. So it's a straight up assault weapons ban. Well, again, all that means is semi-automatic firearms. We all know this. Perhaps most importantly, we have a constitutional carry repeal bill. Of course, you all know what this bill is. We passed this in 2016. Constitutional carry is law in 14 states now and simply says that if you're a law-abiding citizen, you have no need to get government permission to carry a firearm for self-defense. This bill is already law. What this bill would do, let's see here, Senate Bill 75 would repeal Missouri's constitutional carry statute. Other bills we're hearing about would repeal our stand your ground law that you and I fought so hard to pass down here in 2016. We have all kinds of gun control bills on the move right now in Jeff City. Perhaps the most dangerous, however, remains red flag gun seizures, because we're already hearing down here in the first day of legislative session that some Republicans, and we're not sure yet if it's going to happen or not, but we're hearing that some Republican lawmakers are already talking about finding a way to support red flag gun seizures. No, maybe they wouldn't sign on to Senator Shoup's bill or Deb Lavender's bill, but they are certainly talking about sponsoring their own or amending one of these other current bills. This is a real threat to our gun rights. Don't forget, it's not just happening in Missouri. As you guys know, I work in multiple states in the fight for gun rights. In Iowa, Republican Speaker Pro Tem is trying to push this bill. In Arkansas, Governor Hutchinson is openly pushing for this bill. So Missouri is sandwiched between other Republican states, other red states that are pushing for this exact same legislation. Not to mention a dozen other states right now where Republican lawmakers are pushing for this. So this is the most aggressive threat we have to watch out for this session when it comes to defense. And we have petitions for you to sign below this video. Please do so once this video is over. We also have some great news though, some fantastic news, and that is that of course we finally have back here in this chamber Senator Eric Burleson, who's been gone for 2 years with term limits. He's back now in the Senate chamber, and he has already filed Senate Bill 121. It's the companion bill to Representative Taylor's bill, House Bill 258. This is the much anticipated gun-free zone repeal bill. We all know here in Missouri that even though you have constitutional carry and stand your ground law, it doesn't do a lot of good if you're in a hospital or a daycare or a sports arena or many restaurants or a voting precinct or a church or so many, over a dozen different areas where you can't carry a firearm in the state of Missouri. So it doesn't matter if we have constitutional carry, it doesn't matter if we have a stand your ground law, if you're disarmed when you need your firearm the most. And this bill, Senate Bill 121, House Bill 258, would repeal these gun-free zones in all places where state law has them mandated. Again, we all know that madmen always target these types of gun-free zones because they know that you and I can't fight back here. They know if they want to get a body count, the best place to attack is a gun-free zone, especially churches. We've seen this happen time and time again in the last couple of years. Texas, South Carolina, many states where churches are attacked because they think that in these places, the good guys are all disarmed because state law requires it to be so. It's that way here in Missouri as well. We believe that's preposterous, that law-abiding people should always have the right to defend themselves. And this bill, Senate Bill 121, House Bill 258, would do exactly that. So we also have petitions above and below here for this bill as well. We'd ask you to sign them both because lawmakers in Jeff City right now are nervous. They've done nothing on this bill for the last 2 years. You guys know that. That's all changed now. We have a sponsor in both chambers. That's a big accomplishment towards driving this agenda. But your lawmakers have to hear from you. They have to know you want them to fight, not just to sit there and yawn and say, yes, I'm pro-gun, but to fight for the Second Amendment. That starts now. The session's gavelled in. It is go time for our gun rights in Jeff City. So take a moment and tell your lawmakers, hey, I want you to fight for me. I want you to fight for my gun rights and to support this legislation, House Bill 258 and Senate Bill 121. So guys, a lot going on down here. We're only a couple days into session right now. It's going to be a lot more information coming out next week on our Facebook page, by email. Make sure you're signed up to get those emails and you're watching that page. Much more to come in the days ahead, guys. And share this video with all your friends and family. Gun people sometimes don't know what's happening in Jeff City because they're not hearing the news. Make sure your friends, your family, your shooting buddies know what's going on down here by sharing our videos, guys. Much more to come in the days ahead. And as always, if you want to join the organization, please visit joinmofc.com. That's joinmofc.com. Thanks, guys. Have a great weekend. More to come in the days ahead. Take care.